Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're doing a plan with me for the week of October. What is that date? 17th. Using this kit from Paper Trail Plans. It is called Crisp. I absolutely enjoyed using their kit finally. I did buy their Juneteenth kit, but I ended up using a different kit this year. So this is actually the first time I'm using their kit. I just showed you guys all of the items that I bought, as well as the two dowels that I pulled to possibly use. And as you see, I used the one on the right. I believe her name was Raven. I definitely enjoyed playing around with like the different type of washi at the bottom, having the kiss cut days of the week. You pulled in one of those signs from Sadie stickers. I just thought it was just like perfect, that wood grain with the way of the with the way that this kind of kit gave me like a little like woodsy like vibe. At the top, I did use these like little dividers that I got from the Giving Girl. I also used on the sidebar some like dots from Honeyinked, I believe, and that vine is from Honeyinked. Like I said, the dial is from Goldmine Coco. And then what I also really liked is they had torn pieces of paper in the kit, and I used them to kind of like line the top and bottom of the sidebar, and I really like the way it looks, especially with the one at the bottom, because it almost looks like she's walking away from the house. I just thought that was so good. It was so good. Okay. Last thing, my date, we'll call them my date dots, but they're actually in the shape of a leaf. They are from the Pretty Pink Co. All of my skinny dividers are from Dash of Sun Designs, and then the dotted divider in the bottom washi is from Sadie Stickers as well. All right, so on to Monday. I did work in the office, so I just marked that using one of the midi boxes in the kit. Layered some florals with that icon from the Pretty Pink Co. I was very tired this day. Typically, if I go into the office on a Monday, I'm practically exhausted all the time. It just never fails. So I was tired. So I marked that using the sleep mask kit from Crafts by Thaowie. And then this day, I actually restarted a book that I, crazy enough, started to listen to back when the pandemic first started on Audible. It's called The Water Dancer. I cannot tell you how to pronounce. I'm not even going to try, rather, the author's name, but I'll leave the name of the book and the author's name in the description box. I started to listen to it because I needed like an escape, and I wanted like a pleasure book to listen to. I had just finished listening to The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. So this is my pleasure book while going to work, during the pandemic and all. And I think this was one of the ones on Oprah's like reading list. So I started to listen to it, and in the very beginning, it definitely was kind of slow, which I think is why it ended up not working out that well. And then my commute was only like 10 minutes. So I didn't really have a long time to listen to the book, because I would listen to it on my way to work and on my way home from work. But I started to listen to it again. I figured it would give me that little bit of needed distraction that I need to be productive at work. Is very weird. If you guys understand me, let me know. But also allow me to still be able to focus on what I needed to do. And especially considering this week was not a consult week, I'll say flexibility is a little greater than it would be typically. So I restarted that book, and I got into the part, it is based in the time of slavery, and I got into the part where he found the Underground Railroad, and I'm like super excited for him now. the main character. I'm super excited for him. So yeah. So I got home that day, and I pretty much wanted to do absolutely nothing, and I did. And I also wanted some freaking dessert. I wanted it really bad too. It was kind of terrible how bad I wanted the dessert. But all in all, I just yeah, I really wanted dessert. But I came home, I chilled, waited for baby to get home, took a shower, and that was really it. On to Tuesday. As you see for this week, I did alternate by putting the full box at the top of the column or at the bottom of the column. I think I also did it for the week prior. Let me take a look. No, I didn't. That was the Glam Planner kit. But I think for the current week I'm planning, which is the week of what is that week? That is the week of October 31st. I think I did it again. So yeah. But yeah, we're not here to keep talking about that. So Tuesday I also again worked in the office. This day I decided I wanted Cheesecake Factory, so I ordered Cheesecake Factory for lunch. I had tea a lot that day. And it was also sad because one of my coworkers that was like, it wasn't her last day actually working, but it was the last day I was going to be in the office this week that I would see her. So, I kind of like went and talked with her, and, we said our so longs for now and then exchanged information. And I'm still sad that she left because she was really, she was like one of the first employee, like one of the first colleagues that I met in person when we went into the office. When we finally went back into the office, and she gave us like a little tour, introduced us to people. So she was definitely the hospitality of, I think, our group. So she is definitely missed. After that, headed home. We still on this like conquest as far as like buying the house and stuff. It's terrible. But at this point, I had already. I finally was able to get in touch with someone from the hospital to get a replacement W-2s, and then what do I find? My freaking W-2, the one that I was missing. So actually, what I ended up doing, because I was trying to figure out how to mark it, and I actually realized that I had these icons that I bought from Paper Trail Plans, like when I first ordered from them, and it was like the little flowers coming out of the envelope, and I felt like I found a piece of heaven that day when I found them, even though I had already received the other ones. So I had marked it that way. And then, of course, it was Tuesday, so it was taco night. So I just used the little lace box to mark that, and used the taco icon from White Deer Stationery. So this day I tried to incorporate both White Deer Stationery and my foiled icons as much as possible. I don't think I did a good job putting it on the second half now that I'm looking at it, but I had all intentions based off the first half. This Wednesday, I actually had taken it off because I needed to go to the eye doctor. I think I was telling you guys in the week before, my eyes was really bothering me. My head was hurting a lot, and I was thinking that my script had changed a lot. So, working corporate side, you use sick time to go to appointments, which is crazy because I'm not used to that. But yeah, so I took the day off, but this day also happened to be someone close to me, funeral for their uncle. So I ended up attending the funeral and that morning, and where her uncle was buried was also the same place that my stepdad was buried. So I actually went to go visit him as well. And the sad part is, once I got there, I literally I kind of like just flashed back to when my stepdad had passed, and it was that was a hard day. I shed a lot of tears that day. So I don't have any icons of just like a tissue box. It was just like the tissue box with the cup for like sick time. So I just kind of covered up most of the cup with the florals, and then cut off the like handle of the handle of the cup from out of the sidebar to mark that. And then I went to my eye doctor's appointment after that. I did stop at Starbucks because at that point I was starving, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to attend the repass because of the timing, and how long it was going to take me to get back to the city. So um, I went to Starbucks, got me some food. I tore it up like without even blinking, I swear. And then I drove downtown to go to the doctor's appointment. They did dilate my eyes. which was interesting. But I was able to survive and get home because the sun was going down at this point, so it wasn't too bad. And now that I'm a shorty, so I gotta like tilt my chair up to like really be able to use the sun visor to block the sun. So I was good. But I did pick out some new frames. My script, crazy enough, really did not change. So I didn't order any more contacts. I still have a whole bunch of them here. So I just decided to update my frames to my new ones now. And they cute and everything. Got a new shape and all that. So, yep. So then I came home. I ate again because I was hungry. I think I ate like leftovers from dinner the night before. I did like some hair feel goodness because my head was like itchy. It was it needed to be moisturized. I did that. Also washed clothes. I didn't put that on here, but I did wash clothes. And then I was catching up on some of my girls on YouTube. So I watched Catherine Bedell, Judy the Organizer. That's not her name anymore, but I can't remember how she pronounced her last name. J. Marie, as well as the only one Jess. And then that night, hubby was like, you want to watch a movie? And then we ended up watching The Fifth Element, which was like so nostalgic. And it actually was so funny because since we had watched that movie and then Halloween was coming up, Janelle Monáe actually dressed up as the opera singer from the movie Fifth Element. And I was like, yo, if we didn't just watch that, because that's our part. I don't know if y'all ever seen The Fifth Element. She'd be like, I'm not going to do that to y'all ears, but... it was definitely like nostalgic watching it all over again. So on to Thursday, work from home that day. Those MIDI boxes was like clutch when it came to using my work from home script because it like fit perfectly in there. So I just used some of the deco out of the kit to mark that since my work from home script is foiled. And I did have my risk meeting that day always. That's always now on a Thursday. But my focus was terrible this week. I wrote, can I focus? I definitely could not. Then this day, I actually had a preconception webinar that I signed up for. When I was looking for how to get in contact with someone to get a new W-2, I came across these like other things that the hospital, my health system offers. And I was like, oh, okay. And this is like only for employees. But I was just like, I didn't know that was a thing. So I signed up for it. And now I have an appointment. Actually, it's coming up next week at the time that I'm doing this voiceover. So I'll be going to that. So then this is when I tried to play catch up, and I pulled stickers, like I pulled all of my icons and stuff like that and scripts or whatever, so I can kind of plan through the like filming and planning aspect faster. And it definitely did go faster. I was very shocked. So I pulled my stickers and then I filmed, and then I did have some errands to run. And I had to go to the post office, the Dollar Tree, and of course while I'm out I go get Starbucks. Like that's like my treat to myself when I am working from home and I go run errands. I typically always go where there's a Starbucks nearby so I can go get my Starbucks. Okay. Yeah. So then come to Friday. Friday was also work from home. I pretty much was not productive at all as well. Hubby had another conference to go to, which of course he wanted me to be there with him. So I started to pack. We ended up having to take 2 cars. He needed to leave a little sooner than I was ready to, but then with all of the things that we needed to bring, we needed to take 2 cars anyway. So he went ahead to go like check into the hotel and stuff like that because he had something he needed to actually attend. And I left out like a couple of minutes after him, so I wasn't that far behind him. So I went and drove there. The hotel itself, I had been there before, but I didn't realize that they had actually been acquired by the Marriott and had definitely been updated. And when I walked into the room, that room was quite nice. I was like, ooh, okay. So yeah, I ended up finding that luggage icon on one of my, like, I think you need an icon for that sheets. And I'm like, yeah, I need more of those icons. Yeah. So then they went to the thing that they needed to do, and then after that we did attend a hospitality. If you guys like, that's like a thing where you go to somebody's room, they may have like food and drinks, and you kind of just like fellowship with people. That's pretty much what it is. So we went to one that night. Ended up not going to sleep until after 1, which I laughed at because I'm like, I don't necessarily have to get up early. You do though. So don't be complaining when you got to get up in like 6 hours. So yeah, so on to Saturday, he got up, got ready, left out for the conference. I got dressed, and our Eastern Star chapter was actually having a charity get together this day. We typically make these no-sew blankets, and we typically donate them to a local children's hospital. But I believe this time around, I don't think they were accepting them still due to the pandemic. Even though we normally, like, everybody washes the fleece because we use fleece. So we normally wash it before giving it to them. So I think we ended up donating it actually to a shelter this time. If I can't really remember though. I'm not in charge no more, so I don't really pay attention to all the details. So we did that. Where we met up to do that was actually not far from home. So I ended up stopping back at home to get some food because I was definitely hungry. And then there was a couple of things that I realized that we needed because we was actually hosting a hospitality on this night. So I went back there. I started setting up our room. One of my sisters came, and she was sitting there chatting with me. We was kind of like just talking, catching up or whatever. And then there was like not good. Ooh, I'm like done. There was some not good. All right, we just gonna keep going. So, got dressed. It was a banquet that night. Y'all, I found my freaking dress icons. I'm so excited. So, got dressed that night. Then came back, finished setting up for our hospitality. We had our hospitality lasted probably about until 1 o'clock again. The next day he had to go to the last part of the conference. I started packing up the room. I was watching HGTV, taking a couple of naps. We headed home. Got home. I took another nap because my behind was still tired. I was watching YouTube and editing some videos, and then I planned out my week and posted a reel. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and share. Bye.